What to do, Uplift Crew? FTC. Uplift Crew, stand up!
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another programming video presented by FTC Team 18172 Uplift Robotics.
I'm Devin.
And I'm Matthew, and today we'll be talking about the basics of GitHub and FTC Robotics. We'll go through how to pull, push, and utilize branches in GitHub. So this is GitHub Desktop, and if you have any questions or you're concerned about how to install it or set it up, we actually did a previous video on the Uplift Robotics channel that shows you how to get it set up. So once you do that, you'll see this like home page, I guess, of GitHub Desktop. And the basic three things that you'll need to know for using GitHub in FTC Robotics is how to pull, how to push, and how to use branches. So pulling and pushing is basically saying like I'm either pushing my changes to like the cloud, to the repository is what it's called, and then other people can pull those changes so that they're consistent with what they have on their computer. So let's say my friend Devin has pushed a change that he wants me to pull, and he tells me pull, or I can even just check to see if he's pushed anything. So if I click fetch origin, then that's checking to see if there's any changes, and it says there is. It says pull origin, which means that there's one change. If I do that, it pulls, and now I'm up to date with what the changes Devin has made. And I can actually check what those changes are. If I go to history, click on the latest one, it says update robot.java, and he added a test comment. So now that we've seen how like polling works, we're going to work through pushing, which is pretty similar, but you're going to have to go into the code to do it. So I've went into the code and I just removed the test comment that Devin had made in the robot class. And it doesn't matter what you change, or if you delete something, add something, or maybe edit a variable name or something like that, it'll show up in here in the changes section, right? So once I've changed this, now I need to actually commit and push it to the repository. So first thing I'll do is I'll put a name. So let me just say removed test comment. So I've named it. You can add a description. I'm not going to do that yet, but if I do commit to test odometry, which is the branch that I'm currently in, it'll commit it, right? But I can't stop there, because if I stop now, then Devin's not going to be able to pull that. I have to actually push it. So now if I click push, it'll push it to the origin, which is the repository, and he can now pull, and everyone else who has access to this repository can now pull what I've just pushed. So now we're going to go over kind of like one of the most common errors that you'll receive when you try to push something. So let's say I've changed this from right X to right X axis. Just a simple little change, right? So let's say I keep the name as update_teleop.java, and then I go to commit it. It commits, right? But then when I try to push it, it says newer commits on remote. So it's saying that desktop is unable to push commits to this branch because there are commits on the remote that are not present on your local branch. So I need to click fetch, first of all, with that. So what that's doing is it's checking, did anybody change anything at the same time I changed it? So it's always good practice to actually fetch before you push. So if you do that, then you most likely won't get this error. But let's still try to pull. So now we've actually hit the main error, which is the conflicts, right? It says resolve conflicts before merging test odometry into test odometry. So if I do abort merge, I can check what the history is. So if I look at what I just did, right, I'm changing it to double right axis. Let's say my friend made it double right X direction, right? What I want to do is I want to go to undo. I want to undo the commit, right? Because I want to take away the change I just did, because let's say it's a minor change that you don't want anymore. You'd rather the other person's code override yours. Then you're going to right click, discard changes, and now you can pull it without any conflicts. And then now if you wanted to change it again, then you could change it and push it. And you can see how it's changed to double right X direction.
So we're going to talk about branches, and branches are basically used for testing. Branches, when you are working in your master branch, which is the main branch where you keep all your code, and you want to test, let's say, odometry or teleop, what we do is we create a new branch so that what we do in those branches don't affect our main code, so that you can test however much you want. You can, if something breaks, then it won't affect the main branch. And if your branch works, then what you can do is you can merge the branch with your master branch so that it all combines together and your working program will be combined with your master. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below.
We also have all of our links to our social media in the description. Thanks for watching.